Hello, my dear learners. Welcome to today's lesson, Science Grade 6. And today we are going to look at the heart and the circulatory system. The heart and the circulatory system. Now, first of all, we have to define the heart. What is the heart? Now, the heart is a masculine organ that pumps blood. So it is a masculine organ that pumps blood to all parts of the body. So that is the definition of the heart. Now, having defined the heart, we need to understand that the heart has 4 chambers. So the heart has 4 chambers. The heart has 4 chambers. The heart has 4 chambers. Now, these 4 chambers of the heart are: 1, we have the right auricle. Number 2, we have the left auricle. Number 3, we have the right ventricle. And number 4, the left ventricle. Now, so these are the 4 chambers of the heart. The 4 chambers of the heart. That is the right auricle, the left auricle, right ventricle, and lastly the left ventricle. Now, we have the upper chambers and we have the lower chambers. Upper chambers are known as auricles. Upper chambers are known as the auricles, while the lower chambers are known as the ventricles. Now, the auricles' function is to receive blood and then release the blood to the ventricles. That is the function of the auricles. They receive the blood and release the blood to the ventricles. Now, the function of the ventricles is now to pump the blood. Now, for that reason, we normally find that the ventricles are more masculine than the auricles. The ventricles are more masculine than the auricles. This is because the ventricles have a larger function or a bigger function than the auricles. That is, the ventricles are the ones that pump blood, but the auricles only receive blood and release to the ventricles. So the ventricles are the ones that perform a bigger function of pumping the blood. That's why they are more masculine than the auricles. So the ventricles are more masculine than the auricles because they pump blood. So if you are asked a question, why is it that the ventricles are more masculine than the auricles? It is because the ventricles are the ones that pump blood around the body. Now, we have also the ventricles, the 2 ventricles. We have the left ventricle and we have the right ventricle. Now, for the between the 2 ventricles, we have one which is more masculine than the other. The one that is more masculine than the other is the left ventricle. The left ventricle is more masculine than the right ventricle. Why is it so? The left ventricle pumps blood to all parts of the body. It pumps blood to all parts of the body. That's why it is more masculine than the right ventricle, because it pumps blood to all parts of the body. But the function of the right ventricle is to pump blood only a short distance, that is to the lungs. So it only pumps blood to the lungs. That's why it is less masculine than the right ventricle. That's why it is more masculine than the right, than the left ventricle. Are we together? Now, the heart has two parts. We have the right part and we have the left part. It has the right part and the left part. Now, the right part pumps what we call deoxygenated blood. The right part pumps what we call the deoxygenated blood, while the left part pumps oxygenated blood. So the left part pumps oxygenated blood, while the right part pumps deoxygenated blood. Now, oxygenated blood is normally scarlet red in color. Scarlet red in color. That is the color of oxygenated blood. While deoxygenated blood is dull red or pale red in color. Now, oxygenated blood, we have said scarlet red or bright red in color, or bright red in color. So that is the color of oxygenated blood. Now, having said this, we want to try and name the parts of the heart. Now, I have a picture of parts of the heart, which I would like us to name. The parts of the heart I would like us to name. Now, my picture is a bit small, so I want to at least move the camera a little bit closer to it so that we can be able to see it clearly. Now, we can, that is our picture for the heart. We need to name them. That is from number 1 up to number 13. So, number 1. Number 1, that is it is part of the lower parts of the heart. That is part of the lower parts of the heart, of which we call the ventricles. So number 1, that is the right ventricle. Number 1 is the right ventricle. And then number 2 is a valve. Number 2 is a valve. Number 3 is also a valve. That is a valve which is found in the veins. Number 4 is the right auricle. Number 4 is the right auricle. And number 5 is the vena cava. Vena cava is normally called the main vein, which is known as the vena cava. It brings blood from all the body parts and brings it to the heart. Now, number 6 is the pulmonary artery. Remember, pulmonary artery is the only artery that carries deoxygenated blood. So we normally call it a special artery because it is the only artery that carries deoxygenated blood, while all the other arteries carry oxygenated blood. Number 7, we call it the aorta. Aorta is the main aorta is the artery that pumps blood to all the body parts. Yeah, that is the main artery, which you call the aorta. Number 7, which is the aorta, the main artery. Number 8 is the pulmonary vein. Pulmonary vein is the only vein that carries oxygenated blood. All the other veins carry the oxygenated blood. Number 9 is a valve also. Valves are normally found in some blood vessels. They prevent the backflow of blood. We also have valves in the heart. Valves are found in veins and the heart. So the two organs that have valves are the veins and the heart. Number 10 is the left auricle. Left auricle. And number 11 is also a valve. Number 12 is the left ventricle. Remember, this is the ventricle that pumps blood, or the chamber of the heart that pumps blood to all parts of the body. And number 13 we have, that is a muscle. That is a muscle. It is a sheet of muscles that help in pumping, that help the heart to pump the blood. Now, those are the parts of the heart. Those are the parts of the heart. Now, having said that, we have named all the parts. Now, having done that, we want to look at some questions. I want to give you some questions which I like you to try and do them on your own. Now, questions. Now, the first question: how many chambers does the heart have? How many chambers does the heart have? Number 2, the lower chambers are known as dash. The lower chambers, which are these ones, the lower chambers are known as dash. Number 3, the upper chambers, these ones, are known as dash. The upper chambers are known as dash. Number 4, which chambers are more masculine than the other? Which chambers are more masculine than the other? Number 5, why is it that the left ventricle is more masculine than the right ventricle? Why is it that the left ventricle is more masculine than the right ventricle? Number 6, which side of the heart pumps oxygenated blood? Which side of the heart pumps oxygenated blood? Is it the right part or the left part? Okay, that brings us to the end of today's lesson. Try and tackle those questions on your own and see if you can get them right. If you don't get the questions right, please just play back the video. All the answers are in the video. Goodbye and God bless you.